Long ago, the universe was ruled by the Golden Tribe, which passed its knowledge on to three tribes that responded to them. These were the humanoid Silver Tribe, the insectoid Bronze Tribe, and the Tribe of Hero, which was punished by the Gold Tribe and condemned to serve the other tribes as Nodos. Before the Golden Tribe left, humankind responded to them and was given the title of Iron Tribe. In the present, a girl named Dianella, after a long search, finally finds the planet her crew is looking for. The captain of the ship, who would prefer the princess to return home, nevertheless obeys her wish to land on the planet Olone because there supposedly lives a man who has a tribe of hero within and who can save the universe. Meanwhile, on Olone, a boy tries to catch an octopus-like creature and manages to tear off its leg. He takes the food to the ship and calls the ship's system mother. After he eats, he comes out again and gives one of the trees he planted to the octopus. Then the crew of the Argonaut lands on the planet and comes into contact with the strange boy. The princess decides to ask him where the savior they are looking for is, but after the boy named Age introduces himself to her, the planet is attacked by a crew of the Bronze Tribe. In the fight, the Bronze Tribe starts destroying Age's ship, which angers him, and he uses his power. Age turns out to be the last Nodos and easily defeats the enemy crew. After the ship that Age thought of as his mother is destroyed, the Argonaut crew pays their respects to it, and Age joins the crew. At the ceremony, where Princess Dianella introduces Age and shows him 12 amendments, people start to think of him as a monkey because of his behavior and lack of knowledge. After running away from the party, Age finds a place where the crew grows vegetables and happily decides to sleep there. Age's behavior puts the captain in a dilemma as to whether it is a good thing that they took him with him. Analyzing him, the captain sees that there is a stone in his eye that only the Nodos has. The crew is preparing to fight against the Bronze Tribe, which Age finds out and leaves the ship. Convincing him to get into the ship, the princess finds out that Age actually knows what the 12 amendments are and knows what his role as Nodos is, which his father and the others told him. Then he transforms into his Nodos form, Belcross, with which he easily defeats the Bronze Tribe crew. Before they retreated, the princess and Age met a member of the Silver Tribe, who immediately disappeared. Then, Captain Modillo realizes that with Age's power, they can defeat even the god. Dianella tells Age about the Tribe of Heroes and the planet Earth. After they caused a huge war, the Tribe of Heroes, of which only 5 remained, were punished and condemned to help the weaker tribes as Nodos. The Silver and Bronze tribes have joined forces to attack humanity. Planet Earth, where people used to live, was conquered more than a century ago, and people's greatest desire is to get their planet back. After the story, Age wants to explore the ship more, and his careless behavior starts to bother the crew even more, so the princess decides to help him adjust. Age cuts his hair and agrees to protect the people on the ship unconditionally. While the crew plans to return home to Altrio, the Silver Tribe wants to test the power of Nodos. A member of the tribe that Age and the princess met earlier attacks the ship, and Age confronts him in his Nodos form. There, Age shows the power of the Nodos again, which is why the crew slowly starts to trust him. On the other side, in an unknown location, a man informs 4 people that the 5th Nodos has appeared. While hanging out with Iolaus' younger sisters, Age also gets to spend time with a knight who is jealous of Age's relationship with the princess. Then, Age finds out that Iolausa likes Dianella, which angers him even more. Meanwhile, the captain is trying to figure out a way to land on a nearby planet, Tartaros, while Age is with them. Although it is a neutral planet, Tartaros is still in Silver Tribe territory, and the appearance of Nodos would have to be reported to the tribe. The princess convinces Age to stay on the ship and be quiet until they get everything they need. But the plan changes when the people of Tartaros decide to search the ship. Then the princess says that it would be better if Age together with Iolaus go to Tatarosi and wait for the investigation to pass, which they do. During this time, the remaining 4 Nodos want to meet with the 5th in the hope that he will join them. The 4 of them fight on the side of the Silver Tribe and want Age on their side. And if he doesn't join them, Uti La suggests that they kill him, which the others disagree with but have no choice. Karkanos goes to talk to Age, who is roaming the planet with Iolaus. During this time, the crew of the Argonaut negotiates with Tartaros, who due to the incident with the Silver Tribe, do not want to help the crew. After Dianella threatens them with the power that they have now that Nodos is with them, they agree to help. On the planet, Age meets Karkanos, who invites him to join them. But as he has always been taught to defeat the other Nodos, Age refuses, and the two engage in a fight. Knowing that Age is there and unhappy with the actions of the people of Tartaros, the Silver Tribe sends a fleet to destroy both the Argonaut crew and the planet. With nothing else left for them, the Tartaros leader sends their ships to confront the Silver Tribe. Meanwhile, Age is still trying to attack Karkanos, who doesn't seem like he wants to fight. At Age's wish, Iolaus returns to the Argonaut and joins the fight. The second Nodos, for the first time, shows his power, with which he can melt everything in front of him. Both Age and Karkanos take their Nodos forms, and the real fight begins. Age doesn't want them fighting on the planet because they will destroy it, but he doesn't have much of a choice. After taking a lot of damage, Age manages to move the fight into space, where the two Nodos fight reaches its climax. Belcross destroys all enemies before him and saves his friends. Then, the people of Tartaros send their strongest ship into the fight and protect the Argonaut from the attack. The Silver Tribe sends more of their ships, but Belcross wins. The other Nodos leaves, and Age collapses from exhaustion. After the battle, the crew repairs their ship, and the inhabitants of Tartaros are safe because the Silver Tribe have given up on attacking them. The four Nodos agree on who will face Age next, and who will destroy the Iron Tribe ship. This time, Uti-La sends Karkanos and Mahitak, who previously refused to fight. The crew of the Argonaut asks for help from other planets, but because of the fight that happened on Tartaros, everyone is scared and doesn't want to help. Then the captain suggests that they threaten them with Nodos, but the princess refuses and suggests that they leave Starway, which the crew supports. Before they can leave, the crew is attacked by the Bronze Tribe, and two Nodos are with them. As the crew attacks the opposing ships, Age tells the princess that she is doing the right thing, and that his father and the others told him to make a way for her and her people. He goes into battle and faces Karkanos again, while Mahitak doesn't know what to do. Uti-La appears next to him and tells him to destroy the ship, and that he shouldn't feel that way because he has already destroyed a lot of tribes. During this time, another of the Nodos, Lekti, talks to her mistress Prom about whether the Golden Tribe planned to take her people hostage. The fight between the tribes continues, during which Uti forces Mahitak to attack the ship. But before Nodos approached them, the princess warned the crew and showed the crew the way to escape. However, they do not have enough time to avoid Mahitak's attack. But Age manages to get rid of Karkanos for a short time and stops the attack. Thanks to him, the crew manages to escape, but not for long. The Silver Tribe attacks them again, and this time the Argonaut crew is helped by an allied fleet led by Nalal Nephew. After speaking with the princess and Captain Modito, who is an old acquaintance of hers, Nalal decides to help the crew complete their mission and return home. The allied crew goes into battle against Mahitak, who easily avoids their attacks. On the other side, the fight between Age and Karkanos continues, and the other Nodos are not sure if Karkanos will survive. Nalal's crew continues their battle against Mahitak and manages to hold him off temporarily. Meanwhile, as the crew searches for Age, the fight between the two Nodos is moved to a nearby planet. The allies continue to have trouble with Mahitak, and in the battle, a nearby planet is destroyed, much to Mahitak's dismay. The two Nodos are still fighting, and Age is visibly stronger. Princess slowly begins to lose hope, but remembering Age's words, finds strength and continues on. The ship attacks the Silver Tribe, and the princess uses all her strength to defeat the tribe member who attacked them, which she succeeds in the end. After a fight with the member of the Silver Tribe, the princess is exhausted, but still manages to give the captain the coordinates. The fight between the two Nodos is getting more and more intense, and Karkanos is running out of strength. When Uti sees this, she sends Mahitak to help him, and the third Nodos retreats from the fight. Just when it looked like Age was going to finish off Karkanos, Mahitak appears and takes the injured Nodos away. The crew, who lost many members in the battle, are still happy about the victory and finally start their journey home. But Age has not yet returned. The crew members, led by Iolaus, want to search for Age, but the princess does not allow it, knowing that they will meet their Nodos again. When they finally reach their planet, the crew sees a blue light flying toward them, and it turns out to be Age. After the crew came to Earth, King of Dawe, Dianella's brother, prepares everything to fight the Silver Tribe. During that time, Age stays with the princess and refuses to come to the royal party, which bothers the king. At the party, the captain comments on how humanity has fallen and how only Dianella can restore the glory her family once had. The king is offended that everyone praises his sister for finding Nodos, even though he built the Argonaut. During this time, Karkanos wakes up and wants to return to the fight, even though Uti is against it. And the tribesman who fought with the princess goes to Prama to help get rid of his fear. The council wants Age to join the king's ship Althea, as it is the flagship of the fleet. Even though the crew doesn't want it, they can't do anything about the decision. Having already completed a couple of missions with the Argonaut crew, the council agrees that Age can stay there. But he, knowing his role in all this, bids farewell to Dianella and departs with the king's fleet. Age's departure is difficult for the princess, but she keeps it to herself so as not to upset the crew. Iolaus talks to the captain about the Yonos family that shouldn't rule the human race, and that only Dianella, even though she is part of that family, is capable of leading them. Although he can't do anything, the captain agrees. During this time, the princess apologizes to the people who were ordered by her brother to hand over all their resources. She explained to them that he only did it so that saving the planet would succeed. On the main ship, Nalal tries to explain the strategy to the crew, but the king's brother interrupts her, saying that they have Nodos and that he is quite enough to win. Nalal doesn't like that attitude, but before she can say anything, the king cuts her off. Age takes paint from the ship and paints a picture that the king thinks represents the victory of the humans and asks Nalal to oversee his work. After the others leave, Age reveals to Nalal that it is a picture of the future and that the blue circle represents Dianella, who will guide them. He also tells her that an important planet will be destroyed in this conflict. A fight begins, and the king sees for the first time Age's strength as Nodos. During this time, it was decided that Karkanos and Lekti would fight Age, and Mahitak would step in if needed. Uti's job is to make sure that someone doesn't go crazy as a result of the fight, because that is very possible when there are more than two Nodos fighting. The great battle between the humans and the Silver Tribe begins, and even though they have Nodos on their side, the humans are not at an advantage. And while Nalal tries to lead the men into battle, the other Nodos prepare to attack. The crew leaves Age to fend for himself in order to save themselves, which Nalal objects to. King's brother then suggests that they use the main cannon and attack everything at once. Knowing that it will also destroy Jupiter, beside whom they are fighting, Nalal opposes and presents her plan, which the king rejects and takes her rank. The king's cannon fires and destroys the enemy fleet, but Jupiter is also destroyed. The other Nodos are disappointed that Age is fighting on the side of those who destroyed one of their planets, and Karkanos goes into battle. The princess senses this and goes to the rest of the crew to check if it's true,